in the later part of the afternoon because I just woke up, literally waking up out of a sleep. How do you and or I can go for a beginner's level to advanced level? Quite naturally, it doesn't happen overnight. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight, so I'll give you the answer right off from the gate. It doesn't happen overnight. However, and you always use that word, however, because it depends on the material you get your hands on. So it depends on the type of material you get your hands on. And usually the word is what you listen to. There used to be a saying, and I think they still kind of say it nowadays. You're a product of whom you're around. I'm pretty sure some of you guys heard that wording or that saying. You become a product of whom you're around. Meaning that if I go and hang out with a musician that plays 10 times better than me, yes, I said 10 times, way better than me, all right? Now, if I said 1 time better than me, chances are I'm going to catch up to them. But if it happens to be somebody who plays 10 times or 5 times better than me, that's saying it. At the end of the day, it's somebody way better than me, basically. All right. So that's why we as beginners, we might suck in the way we might play. I might feel, and these were my very first chords on the grandbaby piano at the church that I grew up at, doing a vacation Bible school. I was about 16 years of age, 15, 16 years of age. It was doing a summer Bible school, and I snuck in the church after, we already had our session, and then we went over for lunch. So as I eating my lunch, or what has finished eating my lunch, I was just going for a little stroll outside, and I just have a habit of checking doors, and yeah, and the sanctuary door wasn't open, and I gained entry into the building, and so I went over to the baby grand. I didn't know how to turn on the B3 Hammond organ at the time, so I was afraid to mess with it, so I didn't mess with it. But I went over to the baby grand. I lifted up that little thing. That was easy, without breaking nothing. And that was that. And so I sat down at the baby grand. Now, I didn't do all of these chords in the same day, all right? I did just a few, one. I was shocked when I did it, all right? And then another day I came back and picked back up where I was at. And while I was away at home, of course, in my mind, I was seeing this in my mind. Da, 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 da. Right? So I came back to church and did it. When I say back to church, because that was where Vacation Bible School was at, held up at church. All right, and then another few days later, I came back before the end of the Vacation Bible School back then was over with. I think it went for like a week or something to that effect. I can't remember, but I know it was at least about a week. Basically, I ended up breaking up the chords every day. Now listen, y'all. No one didn't have to tell me, hey, Andre, by the way, you need to get motivated. Nobody had to tell me, hey, you need to be persistent. Nobody had to tell me you need to drive. Nobody had to come and tell me, hey, you know what, you better keep on practicing. I had this automatic drive that just came out of nowhere. Now, my godfather has always wanted me to learn how to play on the piano, but I wasn't feeling it. All right, I wasn't really feeling it. So he attempted it later on to try to get me into Boston, Berkeley, out of state or whatever to go. But yeah, I didn't go. So I ended up getting married at an early age, you know, and raising a family. But every single day, I came back to that vacation Bible school, and this is what I ended up with. And that's what I ended up with. All right, so back then at that age, I thought that was the sweetest thing. Like, I mean, man, that sounds real nice. That sounds real nice to me. Of course, I didn't really trip as hard about how good of a musician cats were back then, because I just didn't care. I mean, I listened to various different people who I was growing up in church. Like, well, later on, I ended up running into, call him Uncle, Uncle, Uncle Leon Johnson. But at the church that I was at that time, it was Joey Bumpus, senior, junior, senior. I get it all mixed up. Um, was on the organ, and then he ended up leaving the church to go elsewhere, right? Get another job. So there was one Cedric, and I think the other lady name was Sister Cooley, and then our pastor, which was the bishop, his wife, she played the piano. So they all three were tag teaming and moving forward with the ministry. And so while that was happening, all of a sudden, out of the blue, doing a vacation Bible school, I had came up with this, not came up, but this drive hit me just out of the blue. Like, hey, well, why don't you start learning how to play on your own? Start learning, and this is what happened. All right, and that's all what I was able to teach myself at the moment. And of course, Vacation Bible School ended. All right, that was the end of that. That was the last time I touched the keyboard or piano or whatnot. And then I ran across this young guy um, that lived in my neighborhood, and he was like, "Hey, man, let's go to this church across the street from my house." Oh, by the way, my brothers, one of my brothers, I think it's one of his brothers, Charles. Um, I think his name is Charles Doyle. We call him Doyle, but Charles. He's probably on this thing. You probably see this video, but I'm talking about you. So he introduced me to his brother, and his brother, played. So I tried to sit there and what's the word I want to use? Ascertain what he was doing playing wise, but I couldn't grab to it. I could hear the music, but I couldn't really grab to it. So it's kind of like he would play stuff and I stand over his shoulder. But what I found out was, y'all, and I didn't know I had, was called photographic memory. So I remember a few of the chords that he was doing, and then one day when I was able to go back to church on a Sunday after church, I would sneak over to the piano before we leave and try to find those chords that he was playing, and I would sit there and play it, a few of them that I could recall and remember what I saw his hands doing. Anyway, that's called photographic memory. I can look over your shoulder, and then especially if you keep doing that same thing, da, da, if you keep doing it over again, eventually my mind is looking at you, da, 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 and you keep repeating that thing, and you keep repeating the thing. My brain was able to separate the left and right. And then once I was able to separate the left and right, if you kept repeating that move, I mean, let's say you was doing this. And you could go wherever you want to go, And you keep doing that thing. My brain was able to separate left and right because I have found out, and I didn't realize this, that musicians repeat their moves over again 1,000 times. It's like this. If a musician is doing this thing like here, even if they was keeping a tempo and a rhythm, my brain was able to separate. Okay, left, right, left, right, left, right. Oh, he's doing it. Boom, and then the right hand, and the left hand. And my brain was able to separate that step by step. Now, don't get me wrong, I couldn't remember everything. And then I discovered that I had what is called photographic memory. Some people don't know what that means, but that's what it means to me. Photographic memory is that I can remember the move if somebody repeated over again. It had nothing to do with me having what we call, cats call this perfect pitch. They had nothing to do with perfect pitch. It was just basically I have perfect, slight perfect memory of seeing somebody doing something. If I'm standing over your shoulder and you repeat that move, you know, even if you did it, you know, and if you kept repeating that over, you know, and my brain was like, okay, da da da, with the left and the right, da 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 da, boom, da 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 da, da da. And my hand can see that with your left hand doing. At first, in the beginning, I struggled for a split second because I was trying to put the two hands together. And then, and it wasn't very long before I got to unstruggle that, you know, like unravel this thing. Like, you know, what? Okay, hold on. What is they doing in the left hand, you know, and what is happening in the right hand, you know, what's happening with the left. And the other thing was the syncopation, right? Okay, hold on. Are we going down with the left, or are we going at the same time with the left and right? So I had to go, okay, are we chopping, not chopping, but are we hitting on with both hands? Right? Right? And so I had to ask questions to myself, right? So that's what I was doing. Okay, hold on. Is the homie doing what I think he's doing, left to right, or is he going down with both hands? I mean, what's the what? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see here. And then while the beat going, whoever playing the drums, let's see. Right or left, I have to decide. How am I hearing that? Left? All right. Right. So that took a little bit of studying. And that's what we say study when somebody is playing. You're trying to study what is going down. You know, and there are musicians who play specifically with both hands at the same time when they play. And they what? Hold on. No. When they're playing their moves, there are some music who play their chords down together, down together, down together, down together, down together. This is what we call straight playing. You know, you're playing straight. You know, like even with that thing. That's what we call straight. You know, you're playing your chords straight. Down with both hands. No syncopation at all. Talk about that. same time. So you may have a keyboard player. Hey, all right. So there are musicians who do play that way. All right, which makes it so much easier for me to say, oh, I can see how he's voicing, or playing his chords or placing his hands on the keyboard. So I have photographic memory. Okay, it didn't matter later on in time because now I have developed what we call, okay, if this player is going, syncopating his moves left to right, syncopate his move from whether he's going left to right or is he going right to left or left to right or right to left to right, or either he's playing his voicing from right to left. Not until majority of the time. Okay, it could be a mixture of, depending on the move. It depends on what hand wants to lead. So that's styling. You're kind of styling, right? I can cause but if I keep doing this, listening to this, I might switch up a little bit. You see, so it's kind of like I'm coming up and keep changing it up because I'm trying to style it a little bit, and not keep it in the same type of pattern, so to speak, or it's the same kind of, It's in my opinion, this is not about how to keep it perfect. Almost, it's kind of like it's kind of like you trying to. You're not on purpose. Well, it's kind of like on purpose. You're not trying to keep it perfect. All right, that's the whole thing. That's the whole plan. It's not to try to keep it perfect per se. You kind of like chop it at. You just chop it at it, and you just styling it. That's it. Now I'm trying to keep it perfect. Oh, Lord. Now I'm trying to keep it perfect. On purpose. Oh, Lord. I can touch what you're doing. On purpose. I'm trying to keep it perfect. My hand keeps hitting the wrong button. Oh, Lord. I gotta fix this so I have to stop doing this. try to stag it a little bit, But sometimes we want to keep it perfect. So, but so yes, I had learned to figure out, can I go from beginner's level? Is it possible, or can you go from beginner's level to advanced level? Yes, you can. Not in one day, but it depends on what you are listening to and what you're going to learn to play. All right. Yes, it depends on what you're going to listen to. Like I said, if this is the way I'm gonna play for the rest of my decade as a beginner musician, that's where I'll stay at. And I say there's nothing wrong with it. However, I watched a few videos recently, and I've heard some people holding people hostage. And that irritates me. I ain't gonna see in front. That really irritates me. But don't let nobody hold you hostage and keep you where you at. I know it's a money racket thing sometimes, and sometimes people, especially if someone know that you're not at a certain level, so they can hold you hostage at wherever you at. Do not let anybody hold you hostage. You do not have to stay at the beginner's level forever. It's like, going to kindergarten, and then later on you in preschool, kindergarten, then first grade, second grade, third grade. You want to graduate. You don't want to stay. I don't want to stay here the whole time. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with this per se. But at some point, at some point, I will want to graduate just a little bit, learn another way of approaching this, all right? And do it another way, come from another angle. I might do different ways. So I say, okay. And remember, I said it depends on what you listening to. The other thing is learning to play your octave, your chords in inversions. All right, because that's gonna change the way you play. See, I'm just figuring out something I can do with my left hand. Oh! I just copied what I did here. Oh, that was cool. All right, watch it. Now, at first, I didn't do that right. Y'all caught me doing this. That was my first level. Or you could just say my improvement. I forgot what I just played a minute ago. Instead of me playing this voice in here, I'll go here. Or it's just basically me playing a minor move and also a major move at the same time. Ends up being a major 9 chord. Now I'm gonna go and then now added some notes in the left hand. Something like that. Add some notes to the left hand. Transposing. Go to transposing. C, D flat, D. That was a little different, right? Or I could have went Z, E flat, B, E flat, B. And just mess with it. Y'all probably said that did not make no sense, but hey, that's what music is all about. It's having fun. What was that? That was an accident. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Let me see if I won. I'm out. So yes, can I go from beginner's level, either intermediate level or advanced level? Yes. It depends on you learning your inversions of all of your chords. And then, matter of fact, this is minor, right? Major. Let's do this. D flat major. Root position, first inversion, second inversion. Number 2 chord, E minor, root position, first inversion, second inversion. I could have used that idea. What? Yeah. I could have went there. Major, major, C major, D flat major. I just used the other key to kind of, and then I took you to the E flat minor. That's a D flat. Coming out the resolve. That was an accident. I was thinking D minor. I was thinking of the DC diminished 7 move, but I heard this in my ear. What? Can you go from beginner's level to intermediate level? Yes. And let me see. Secret sauce. Oh wow, accident. That was after. And then watch this on the 1 here. Versus going back to the root, or the main chord, which is the 1. So now I can use that idea with the that was the 1 chord, the 2 minor move, and the F minor. I'm not sure how I will put that in there yet. F minor. All right, G flat root position, first inversion, second inversion. I'll probably use that idea too somewhere along the way. A flat, the 5. You already heard me using that. Actually, I used that 5 on the 7. Yep, that A flat, and I also used it on the 7. Did y'all hear it? On the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can use that A flat on the 5, and I can also use it on the 2. I can use it on the 2 depending on how well I'm going with it, right? Make me sound like I'm going to be in A flat using the 5 in A flat. What? Yeah. A flat on the 1. I was on my way to do. Hold on. So let's go back to D flat. So you see, I can use the chords in D flat from A flat to D flat and mix them together because they use them in the same movement. Because the A flat is the 1. It's also the 5 in D flat or C sharp. And then I could use the A flat on the 7 in D flat or C sharp. I can also use the A flat on the 3 in A flat. 1, 2, 3. I lift my hand and total aberration. Or whatever they say the words. You see what I'm saying? So it's funny how these chords can connect from one key to the other key. All right? Right? They can connect from one key. So can you go from beginner level to either intermediate level or right away to advanced? Yes, it depends on what you listen to or who you learning from. By accident, I'm sitting here thinking like, D flat 1. All right, E flat minor. That's the 2. This is the Nashville system. Yep. F minor is the 3. And just don't forget, you can put them somewhere other than just going up the board, y'all. So just remember that, for root position, right? First inversion, second inversion. Back to root, first inversion, second inversion, and so forth, and on. And that's the 4 chord. A flat, the same thing, right? Root position, first inversion. Whoop. First inversion, I'm sorry, second inversion, and so forth. Right? 6 chord is B flat minor. Root position, right? First inversion, second inversion, back to root, first, second, on and on and on. Okay, number 7 is a C diminished 7. Root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion, and keep repeating that until your ears get familiar with it or your hands get familiar with the move. And eventually, over time, your ears will, notice that, sometimes keyboard players will move doing inversions and split the chord with 2 hands. You're going to hear a lot of that, a lot of it. So splitting the chord and doing inversions. But you see, I'm splitting the diminished move with 2 hands. Okay. All right. So, and then of course, the lower you keep moving, the chord, it changes the sound. See what I'm saying? So you can start here. Oh my God, I'm going home. I'll see y'all later. I got to go. And again, like I told y'all, it's about the type of sounds you're using too, or the type of sounds, because sounds can make you sound a certain way. And on whatever instrument you're using. I mean, not to say the piano sound doesn't sound cool, but there's certain sounds that just make you go, oh my God, like, did I just do that? I'm sorry, Now, there's certain sounds that give you a certain feel, That's like, it makes you do stuff or make you hear, it makes you hear things a certain way, you know what I'm saying? It makes you play things and you be like, oh man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yes, can you go from beginner level to advanced? Yes. Again, it can depend on you and your drive in the sounds that you want to have. People want to sound a certain way. Now, some people want to sound like others, and some will end up developing their own sound. At the end of the day, most of us, it's not all of us musicians out there on this planet, we all end up playing the same chords. It's just we may have a different texture or a different approach to certain things, I might come at a different way. We may play some stuff that we might hear other people do. Maybe I have it. And as I go, I'm just playing whatever comes up. But I'm playing whatever comes to me. Oh, I'm coming at it with it. See, whatever might come at my way. Not because I heard John do it, Sam do it, Susu do it, Sukasu do it, whatever. I'm coming at it based upon the fact that I've learned my major move Based upon I learned my minor mood. Based upon I learned my augmented mood. And at the 7. And based upon my diminished mood. Alright? And my inversions. I'm doing inversions, right? And I just happens to double up the chord. So when you double up your chord, you're doing your inversions per se from this angle here. So basically you have the root position in my right hand. I'm gonna end up with the first inversion. Root position, first inversion. And as I continue to move forward, I'll end up with the second inversion and the third inversion. And then back to the root. So you may hear people play double up. And in doing inversions of it, you may hear people doing the drop 2s, drop 3s, and whatnot, and all that type of stuff. Same kind of scenario. Once you learn your drop 2s, and drop 3s, and then yeah, you're on your way. Everybody has their own style on how they want to sound. Some of us want to sound smooth, and some of us want to hit, because that might be their style. Aggressive. Some of us might be aggressive with it, you know, and some of us might find some fancy, whatever. You know, and some of us might find a fancy way of doing things. In the day, we're all going to end up playing the same chords because that's what we learn. So if I went back to C, we're all going to learn that C chord. Your triads. Root position, first and very second. It just depends on how you use it. B flat, root position, first and very second inversion. And watch this. B flat's first inversion, C's first inversion, B flat second inversion. Okay, now I'm gonna learn my B flat major 7 root position. Okay. First inversion. Alright, second inversion. Third inversion. Ooh, that felt filming, right? And so at the end of the day, if I was a musician, if I was certified, bonified, qualified to play keyboard, we all gonna end up playing the same thing. We might come at it in a different area. And I hear this idea, or maybe I heard the idea. Well, it's a combination of actually both. I stumbled up on this move before I heard this chord movement. I was already doing this. Now, if y'all would go back to my original videos when I first started this out, I said you're gonna have your major move. Let's do it the left hand. Make my left hand work minor. And I will repeat this thing over again, augmented. Add the 7, diminish, dominant chord, a C7 chord, major 7 chord, sus2, take the 5th and put it on the bottom. We have a sus4 chord, and guess what? If I do the scale in G, both these chords are going to play the same thing because I have a sus2, put the 1 at the top, and I have a D7 sus4. If I take the same thing with the G scale, and I have my 5 at the bottom, it's the same chord, just a lower voicing. D7 sus4, D7 sus4, right? And all I'm doing is moving it to a different spot. I see, my brother, I see the light, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So you might see the light. And with me taking that idea, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I realized that that's a tritone in that secret sauce chord. What? Because I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? I also found out I can change the tritone. And I try to figure out what sounds cool. Remember, it all depends on what bass line I'm picking. Is that the right one? How about this one? Ah, you see? B flat, B flat. Yes. All right. So, can I play with it a little bit? Can I stay there maybe? Let's go back. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I have to come from a different bass line and try it and see if that happens. Let's go to F with it. Let's go to B. B. Ah. So you see, let's go to back to that B flat again. Now I was surprised that it didn't sound as good. Let's go to E. I didn't do E, right? Let's do E. Ah, you see? B flat and E. All right. Now y'all see what I'm saying. Okay, I think, right? So musicians come with ideas, and that's all I'm doing is popping the idea to say major, minor, augmented add 7, diminished C7, dominant 7, dominant chord, whatever y'all want to call it, major 7, and it's also in its inversions, sus2. I did the inversion of that, bringing the 1 to the top. All right, bringing that 2 to the top, it gave me the G sus4. Moving the G to the top, it brings me back to the sus2 again. And of course, I found out, they both share the same secret sauce chord. And then next was my tritone. So I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, so maybe I could use a tritone with a major move. Look at that. Well, I'll be doggone, look at that. Now, at first y'all heard me playing the secret sauce chord. And I put that D tritone there. Hit you with the B flat. Hit you with the E. So can you go from beginner's level to advanced level? Yes! And all I did was took the idea and said, let me try something. So now, let me go to that C chord that I mentioned earlier. My little formula. C major. It doesn't matter if I have to put the top note or not, but let's go to C major. And I'm going to try that D tritone again. Shut up, Doc. D11, D, minor 11, flat 5. Let's see, let me try find that bass line. Can I try that B flat bass again? Look what just happened. What? Let's go back to that first chord right quick. What was it? What was that? I'm playing. Oh, here. So this is well. Let's say without the bass line. This is the A flat, major 7 flat 5. Now listen, y'all. You hear this all the time. I literally was messing with it. Yeah. And that is just me splitting the secret sauce chord with the tritone. Wait, so I went through this process: major, minor, augmented, add 7, diminished, dominant chord. Yeah, major 7 chord, sus2, and the sus4, and it's secret sauce chord, and then the tritone. That's all I use. What? That's all I used. So here it is. Now I want to create chords and or chord progression. A chord and potentially a chord progression. I don't know how many chords I'm going to create, but we're about to find out. So all I'm going to say is I'm going to use a C major chord. And I'm going to use that tritone. And I got a D minor 11 flat 5 move with a B flat on the bottom. It's B flat 9. B flat 9 now because we didn't have a bass line at the time, so now we're talking about the D scale now. Alright, so now we're talking the D scale. Alright, so yeah, so we have a D minor, right? Because you know this is D minor. Okay, now it brings me back to the chordy process. I mean the Nashville system. The 1 was C major, right? The 2 was D minor, y'all. The 3 is E minor, the 4 is F major, the 5 is G major, the 6 is A minor, Pay attention to this. And then you have the A, the B diminished 7, or the A, well, let's say the B diminished until I add the what we call the 7. It's really the 6 in the scale. It's really the 6 in the scale, but they call it this a B diminished 7. Okay? So pay attention to this, right? And you can create your own chord, a chord progression. Now I saw a musician doing this and telling people this, but okay, that's y'all. If y'all want to stay there paying somebody money, you can create your own chord progressions. Like I said, don't let nobody hang you up and keep you in jail because they want to. They know that you don't know this stuff. So and there's some out there teaching it rightfully speaking, because they want you to grow and get on so you can get on and get good at your craft. And there's some who know that people desperately need their help, but they may keep you in jail for a while, keep taking your $50 an hour lessons and $150 for 2 hours for lessons or whatever it is that y'all want to pay somebody. But if you want to invest that, go ahead and have fun a little bit, I guess I should say, and that's in a nice way. But meanwhile, I'm not investing in that, right? I'm investing in my time, stopping here and say, hey, well, I'm gonna take the C major chord, I'm gonna put it up here, which was my 1 chord, and my 2 chord was a D minor move. Now I'm gonna put these 2 chords together. We call this mix and matching chords because yes, the pros have figured an idea, and then now you're gonna hear this all day. D minor 11, D minor 9, 11. Why is that? Because the D minor, the scale. If I told you this was a D minor, right, and then you just go back to the F sharp, it's a D major move. Just like you had a C major move, and you got a C minor move. Half step back your third. You have the flat third on the 2 in the C scale, if you will. And if I told you to go back to the F sharp, that would be a D major. Flat the third, you have a D minor move. What? And of course, do your inversions, right? Learn your inversion. First inversion, root position, first inversion, and then second inversion. Right, so repeat the moves. Now, I just took that D minor, the 2 chord, and the 1 chord and put it at the top, and I have a D minor 9, 11. Now, if I do the scale, you know this is gonna be 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically, we go back to the 1, but the 1 now is 8. The 2 is now 9. Y'all see where the 9 is gonna be at? The 9, the 9, the 9, the 9, the 9. Now remember the 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all remember the 7 now, okay? Now this is a D minor major 7th. D minor, because remember this is D major, right? D major. That's the 7. D major 7. D major 7. So once I flat the 5, the 3, flat 3. Now we have a D minor major, still the 7 because the 7 is held up, it's held up. So once I drop the 7 and flat it, now I have a D minor 7, not a D minor major 7 now. Oh, if I go back up to that, move my minor third up, I'm back to the D major 7. If I take the 7 off, it just be a D major chord, 1, 3, and 5. And then now I'm going to add the 7. That's why we call it D major 7. Now I want to flat the, let's do something funny. Let's go ahead and flat the 7. Now it's a dominant chord. You remember me going through this whole process? Here we go. Dominant chord. The C7 chord. And of course, learn your inversions, y'all. Did y'all just see how quickly that I went to the dominant chord just that fast? Right? And I just went to the D major. had the 7. I said, let's do something. Let's do something funny. Well, let's flat the 7. Now I have a D7 chord, or D dominant chord, right? It's a D dominant chord. Oh wow! And all I did was repeated the same thing here: major, minor, augmented, right? Diminished. I'm sorry, major, minor, augment, add 7, and then we got the diminished move, dominant chord. Oh wow! And I just said, okay, we go into the 2 chord. Yes, in that particular scale we have the D minor, but I just wanted to show you, if you go back up in sharp to 5, you have the sharp to 3. I mean, you know, because that's what you did. Sharp to 3, you back in D major, right? In the D scale, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So now I want to flat the 3rd. Now it's a D minor major 7. Now let's go ahead and drop the 7 down to half step back. It's a D minor 7. Oh, all right. I'm still counting my scale, right? That was 7, right? But I had to flat it. And then now we back to the 1 or number 8. The 2 is now number 9. And if you look at my finger, y'all better know. Y'all know I'm about to play the C major chord. I promise you that, right? And here's the 9. That's 10. That's the 11. D minor 9, 11. D minor 7, 9, 11. Now if you want the 13, y'all know it's the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means the continuation of the number system is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's a E minor chord, which I was about to say in the Nashville system. The 1 is C major, the 2 is D minor, and the 3 is E minor. E minor. What? So it's like you have the C major move, the D minor move, and the E minor move mixed together. I call that a combination of chords that are mixed together. But if you look at it, E minor and C major, C major 7. So you have these chords mixed together, right? Now, because I'm coming from the D minor position at this point, now you're going to see the A minor in here. Right? Yes, you're going to see the D minor in here. Now, I call this combination of chords, right? This combination, but you were playing technically mixed match chords, right? But right now, I'm just going to show you what's mixed in here, right? You have the C major, the D minor, the A minor, and the C major. And if I go for the 13th, and the E minor. Right, y'all see what I'm saying? You see that mixture in there. And back to C major. So, let me come up here because I'm moving the notes up higher now. And now you have it D minor 9, 11. Now, we like coloring it. We use the word color. And if I was still in the C scale, or if I was in the D scale, so say we're in the D scale, then now I want to start coloring it and making it sound pretty. So now we have a D minor 13, 9, 11. I know y'all heard it. And you can play around. You hear that either in rap or some type of R&B move or something like that. And it's as long as you know what the minor move is. So let me help you out. So your minor move is the 2, D minor. Your minor move is the 3, E minor. And that follows suit with the other 11 keys, by the way. Right? So your 2 is the minor move, D minor. Your 3 is the E minor move. And then your 6 is the A minor move in the scale of C. Now y'all get it? D minor on a 2. My name is Dre. Come on, come on. You know what I'm saying? And so you can play around with these minor moves from the 2, 3, to the 6. If you want to change the bass line, right? You know, but it's up to you. You know, if I want to play this, you know, bump. Now, if you notice, you see that finger is already on that A already, and then I'll switch over. Now I may go to a different power chord movement or whatever. Or you know, however the music might go. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. But and that's where you guys hear that probably that let me see, I'm not sure if it's gonna work on this one. Let me see. You see how quickly you can grab your own little moves from messing around with knowing that you got the 2 as your minor, knowing that you got your 3 as your minor, and knowing that you got your 6 as a minor. All right, now music is supposed to be not difficult, but it's also supposed to be fun. But there are some things that can be difficult. And it only becomes difficult because we are new at this. But once you learn the concept behind the madness, then you know you can develop a skill of doing things on my own. On my own. Yes, you can start developing on, and you can be creative on your own. You know, you can do your own recordings, whatever that came or is coming to your spirit, as they say, come into your mind. You know, and yes, so now you have learned. Let me see, the minor move on the 2, and the minor move on a 3. Now I'm just going between the 2 and the 1. 2 in my right hand. 1, 2. 6. Back to 1, 2. Now the first time I went to 2, 2, 1. You know what I'm saying? 2, 1. Now I'm gonna switch the position and go from 1 to 2. 1, 2. Basically, I'm using the major to minor move. Now let's go to another inverter. this one. Notice I know I'm going C major to the D minor move. Now, if I want to switch the inversion of the minor move, oh, I missed it. My bad. There it is. Mess around with the inversion. Went to the second version of it. See what I'm saying? It's transposing. 2. Back to it. See what happened? Same thing you're doing in any key. Minor move. Hear that? I'm gonna mess with the minor move. 2, 3. Minor move. Making this up. You guys get the point, I think. So now you can create your own music because of the fact that you learn the the theory behind the madness, knowing that you got a major move in the 1. You know, I can go ahead and hit you with another move, which will go, is that same beat? Oh, it is, huh? Cool. Hold on. Check this one out. Remember the minor 9, the major move here, all right, at the top, and then I'm gonna hit you with the minor move. I'm sure y'all heard this before too. Always change my channel. Da da da. Ba da. I know y'all heard this chords before. Ba 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 ba. Ba da da ba 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 ba. I ain't gonna sing the word. Ba 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 da. You can change the key if you want. You start everywhere you want. Ba ba da. Ba da ba ba da. Ba ba ba. Okay. Ba ba ba. Ba ba. And you can go wherever you want to go, y'all, because now you have the concept behind the minor move and this thing keep changing my channel. Behind the minor move, which is the 2 in any key, and the major move, which is the 1 chord, and it's the D minor 9/11 move. And you can see here all day, minor 9/11, minor 9/11, minor 9/11, minor 9/11. There was this guy who was trying to explain this on on YouTube. I like the way he explained it. But he took you the long way to do it. And I was like, man, dude, why are you taking the people the long way to teach them this move? It's simple. I said, all you had to do is tell the people. Tell the people. Come on, tell the people. Tell the people. All right, y'all, this is your boy Andre. Listen, I'm trying to figure out where's my barber at. He said he was going to be here at 2:30. It's 3 o'clock. Man, I don't, what? Did I get a text from you? Hold on. Let me see. Did I get the text from him? I ain't get no text from the homie. Let me see. Running late. What's up? What was I at? But I'm like, yo, why you went around that whole? He went a long way around to get to tell the people, to how to get to the minor 9 move. And I was like, okay. And it was cool how he did it. And I'm not, beating him up for that, but I thought that, wow, he took everybody a long route to get to this move. And I was like, it was super simple. If he would have just said, hey, if you know your scale, C D E F C D E C D E F G A B. My wife just cooking food and it smells so doggone good. I'm like, oh, that food smelling good, boo. And she went out somewhere. All right, C D E F G A B. C D E F G A B. If he would have just told the people, hey, listen, this is your C here. That was your 1. This is your 2 chord D minor, your 3 chord E minor, 4 chords F major, 5 chord G major, 6 chord A minor, and then you have your diminished 7 move, and you back to the thing. If you went to A and did it the same way, you have your 1 is your A, right? Your 2 is B minor, right? The 3 is what? C sharp minor. All right, your 4 is D major, right? Hey, listen, y'all pay attention to this because I told you chords is going to connect to another key. You just have to know when you see that chord, you're going to be like, wait a minute, I saw that in the key of woo-to-woo, I saw this D. Now this D was in A, was on the what? 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4. And the key of D is on the 1, right? If you find that D again, what key is it going to be next? G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in G. Oh, that D chord is going to fall in the key of G scale, all right, on the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it fell on the 1 in D, in the key of D, in the D scale, by the way. And I'm like, yo, dog, why you took the people way around the mulberry bush? You took them to Los Angeles and back. You took everybody to Los Angeles and back. And I was like, the shorter way you could have said that was all you had to say is, hey, G is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. D on the 5. The 5 in G is D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, D. The 1 in the key of D is D. The same chord, y'all. It's just a different number system. D is 1. And the key of G is the 5. All right? What other key would you find that D at? A, it was on the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4. Now, if I was somebody out there, if I was somebody out there, unless you got total good muscle memory, all right? And I mean total good memory, I would have said this. That D major chord, all right? It fell on the 1 in D. The key of D, the 1. What else did it fall on? Well, it fell on 4 and the key of A. Yep, that D major chord. Yep, that D major chord. Sure did. MJ for short. All right, this is how I would have charted it, okay? And what key we said that fell on again? The key of what? A. The key of A. All right? The key of A. Hold on. My bad here. Let me see. That's D. Right? It fell on the 1 in D. And then in the key of A, it fell on what number? The 4. All right? It fell on the 4. All right? What else is that D going to show up at? That's right. In the key of G. In the key of G. Right? And where did it fall on? Exactly. The 5. Now that you know that, you should never forget it now, because you know on the key of D is the 1. And the key of G is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Key of A, it fell on the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I think somebody caught on. So anyway, this guy went around the mulberry bush to tell the people, hey, all you had to do was play the 1 in the scale C, put it in your right hand. The number 2 is D minor, put it in the left hand. And now you just have a D minor 9/11 chord. Now I'll go through this process of telling you your scale, which you probably should already have learned your scales in all 12 keys. But what if you did it? So you just go to the process. C is the 1, D2, E3, and F4, G5. Number 6 is A. Number 7 is B. Continuation of the number system. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and you back to the 1. Next key, the same thing. C sharp and D flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, technically back to the 1, but we're doing a continuation of the number system. Then everything repeats itself. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back to the 1. Key of D, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically back to the 1, but 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back to the 1. E flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Continuation of the number system. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then the people will say, okay, I got the concept now, because now I understand 1 through 7. But the continuation of the same notes I'm going to play again is going to continue to move higher. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back to the 1. Oh, all right. E, the same thing. 1. And you learn this in all 12 keys. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1. And so on and so forth. Y'all get the point now. Continuation, 8, 9, 10, 11. Y'all get the point. So that's why when you hear voicings down low, there's that D minor 9/11 move again. What? It was here. So don't get it, here's my pastor used to say, don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it twisted, you know. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. You will find out. Okay, watch this, y'all. Watch this. Remember I just told y'all about the C major chord? And I talked y'all about the E minor move. Watch this. We have the first inversion, a root. We have the first inversion. This is my little formula that I keep telling y'all about, right? And right, second inversion. And then we have the third inversion. Wow. Okay. Now, what did I just play just a minute ago? That last chord. The second inversion of the C major 7, which was what number? Okay, it was no number in this chordy system. In the Nashville system. But it was in my formula that I came up with. Major, minor, augmented, add 7, diminished. C7 dominant chord, and there it is, that diminished move in my little formula that I use. Root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Okay, now let's go back to the 1, right? We had the 1 here, the 2 chord, the 3 chord. Now you remember the 1 chord, right? The 3 chord. I'm going to do an inversion of it, maybe not. Okay, watch this. Come on now. I know y'all with me now. Come on, stay with me. Don't go to sleep. Come on, y'all, stay with me. Don't go to sleep. So remember the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. Here go the 5. So what if I told you to put the 5 up here? Come on, stay with me now. Don't go to sleep on me, y'all. Don't go to sleep. Stay awake. Now watch this now. Remember, we have root position. First inversion, second inversion, back to root. So you know you can see that I can do this, you know. Now I can be more fancier because I got this finger up. I got the finger up on purpose. I could go ahead and do it this way, but then that doesn't allow me to be you know, stylish or whatever. I don't have room but to just play the chord. Which, yeah. So I said, let me switch the finger because I want to do something. Oh, and guess what? I could do that in another key. Guess what? I could do that in another key. What? Now this is gonna be a little trickier in D flat because of the way it's for move the key shape. So I might have to do my fingering slightly a little different. I might have to do the twangy. My wife called it twitting. I like to do some weird movement there. At the end of the day, I kind of still play the same thing. I may have added a little, you know, the slide on. All right, so you see what I'm saying? All right, so don't go to sleep. Y'all still awake? Hello, wake up. Come on, let's wake up. So y'all remember the 5 chord G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what if I told you to put the 5 chord at the top for now? And of course I have that one finger so I can give you that. Okay, so now we have the 5 chord, which is G major, right? The root position, second version underneath. Right now, remember that C major 7 chord that I told y'all about? All right, which is technically your, it was your 1 chord and the 3 chord mixed together, causing you to play the C major 7 move. C major 7. Now, if you did the scale, you're gonna know what this chord gonna end up being in the C scale, not G scale, but the C scale. 1, 3, 5, 7, right? Now, I'm gonna go up here at the top here, and this is what I already have the 5 there. Is this gonna be doubled up, all right? Now, that's what the 7, it's just gonna be doubled up. So it's still gonna be a what? That's right, a C major 7, right? Okay, then we have the D at the top. Now that's gonna probably change the name of the chord, maybe, maybe not, let's find out. It did. Why did it? Because in the scale, C is the 1, 2. Remember the continuation? 7, 8, 9. C major 9. Doesn't matter if I put it here. C major 9. And that's why I said, stay awake, come on now. This is the G major chord. The preaching chord. Now, if I'm not feeling that voicing it down low, then I could just do the inversion. And more than likely, I probably would go for the second inversion. Got a note stuck, right? And now I got this fancy thing I can do. Now, in the key of D. What? The preacher chord in D. Can I get a win? Now that turns that chord into a 13 sus. A D13 sus. Yes, this chord doesn't matter if I do inversions. Doesn't matter if I do inversion. And if you look, I got the 3rd inversion underneath. Shut up. Now, there was another musician did say this, and it is sort of true. Then it is true, but you might have to sometime borrow other chords from another key to pull some things off in the key of C. All right, cool. So now about beginner musicians, don't let nobody tell you that it's okay to just stay plain in your plan. You get fancy. There's nothing wrong with being fancy. I mean, to be honest with you, I said earlier, don't let nobody lock you in a box and tell you to stay right where you at. Don't let nobody hold you hostage and say, you know, you don't need to learn that fancy stuff. Stay. And I'm gonna tell you something. There are some people who just aren't into wanting to be fancy, or number two, they just can't do it. Okay, all right. So don't let nobody put you in a box. All right, just Susan. Is there a Susan out there? Is there a Susie out there watching this video? Is there a John out there watching this video? All right, Susie and John, don't let nobody drop you in a box and hold you hostage. All right, you want to be free. Right? You want to be free. Free Susie. Free John, right? John, free Susie. No, man, come on now. You don't have to remain plain. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a little fancy, right? Nothing wrong with it, y'all. Nothing wrong with it. Yes, it's okay to stay, as I said earlier, general, or if you will, simple. We might use the word simple. There's nothing wrong with being simple. Honestly, every chord that I'm doing is simple because I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, thumb, thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, thumb, thumb. and the thumb and the 4 fingers on each hand, left to right, can't help it but to say, okay, this was cool. This is cool. Because that's all I knew at the moment. That's all I knew at the time. Now I got an idea, so I'm not repeating the same chord over. Can I go at it a different way? Y'all didn't hear me do this earlier. See, y'all didn't hear me do that earlier. Let me see. And everything I literally just play y'all was simple. Nobody kept me in the box, but that all was this simple. I just wanted to come with a different route, all right? But no one's holding me hostage in a box to tell me that I can't do anything different. I might want to go. What? What? So yes, don't let nobody hold you in a box. So now I can come with a different route. How am I doing it? As I said before, major, minor, augmented. And I'm looking at a different way I'm approaching my left hand, approaching with the right hand, you know what I'm saying? And keep changing up. You see. You see? Ah. I try to find a different way of doing it, right? And the reason why is I'm able to do that is because I understand the theory behind the math is because you start learning chords using the sus2s, using the sus4, using the secret sauce move. All right, and that's all I'm really basically doing. You know, A flat, add 2. I can do it up here. You know, even all it's like thank you. That's what I was at. I just thought about this word. Lord, pass the move. Then now I'm going to a difficult minor move. What? No. 6, 7. I didn't know that, right? Just pretend I didn't know that, but I'm just hearing this in my head. Diminished move. Minor 9. Ba-da-da. I just want to thank you. 5-1. Ba-da-da. Back to the 5. You know what I'm saying? You know, and think of another way of doing it. Thank you. Remember I told you about this move? No. Lord. And hopefully, see, I hear other ideas because I learned to do my power chords. I've learned to do my tritone. I learned to use the minor move, the secret sauce chord. All right, and so then now I got this combination of moves, power chord again, sort of. Right. This is the minor move. Minor move. And so I've learned to transpose the minor move. What? I know y'all heard this move. We hear it all the time. So this is the minor 7 flat 5. You hear it all day in praise break, you know. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, da, ba, ba. Oh. Then you hear another move. Okay, so check this out. Here's, you know, you're using the tritone with the secret sauce once again. Remember, I told you earlier you can change the bass line. Oh my God, I'm going home. Oh, I'm going home. You see what I'm saying? So you see, these are all simple stuff, basic chords. It's just that my name is whoever, right? My name is whatever, and it just sounds pretty to your ears if I were to change sounds, you know. It's how the musician put the moves together, you know. It's how the musician put the moves together. You know, it's not that, hey, you know, it's not because my name is, you know, whatever, and now everybody's like, oh my God, this dude killing on the keys. Oh man, we gotta go check him out over at so and so's church because this dude is. We all can play that stuff, you know. Once you learn the concept behind the madness, and so I'm stumbling across some of this stuff by accident, you know. It's an accident. Oops. Now what I turned on was my mindset said, hey, what is this? 5, 6, 5, 1. Oh. And in my brain it's just 5, 6, 5, 1. And if I learn to do this in all 12 keys, you know, in the key of C, 5, 5, 6, 5, 1. 5, 6, 5, 1. Right? And eventually, I'm gonna be good at it, and I'm gonna sound good at it because I discovered it without nobody showing me how to do it, which is okay. However, for you guys out there as beginner musicians or maybe intermediate level musicians, you will be able to find this stuff because really, based upon the fact that if you practice this stuff, people may say study your craft, this stuff is just gonna pop out at you. And it's true, it will pop out at you because you're practicing or you're messing around, you know? And before you know it, you're blazing. Ow, good feeling. I didn't hit a button over here. And you can practice this little bit by little bit. Create your own, I guess, pattern. 1, 2, 1. And 1, 5, 1. And this is just basically the theory of chord, a chord. It's a sus4. I told y'all earlier. You can go from the sus2 to the sus4. And here, all I have to do is take out the 4. Take out the 4 and play the 1, the 5, and 1. And same here, depends on the key. I think I'm gonna be rocking in, I should say. More than likely, if I'm hitting a G, I must gonna be in the key of G. So I will find my 5 and my 6 in that key. That's my 5, that's my 6. Any key you go to, any note specifically that you would go to is going to take you to that specific key that you can do what you do. You know what I mean? So we could go G. I don't know why I do that. That's funny. Changes the rhythm. And all you doing is basically 5, 6, 5, depending on which way you want to go. You can start with 1, 5, 6, 5. It doesn't matter as long as you on that beat. So you can start the chord first, or you can start the 5, 6 by chop, chop, chop. Doesn't matter. 5, 6, 5, 1. Right, 5, 6. Once you get that rhythm, it doesn't matter what key you go to. And those you know, in A flat, you locate your, hold on, y'all, I was playing that wrong, my bad, hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm playing the wrong one. I said that sounded funny. There it is, okay. In G, you find your 5 and your 6. I'm playing that wrong. And if you just want chop, 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 ba ba, 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 ba ba. And then you got the other one. All right. Any key. It's the sus4. Go up. Omit the 4. Chop, chop, chop. You want to chop at it. You know, if you want to chop at it. And sometimes you've been hearing. You know, you mess around with that. I don't play this kind of stuff. It's like, woo, to keep, definitely get you sweating up in here. But yeah, so you end up going to the minor 11. I'm sorry, minor 7 flat 5 with the flat 13 as well. But like I said, you know, you transpose. What's this thing doing? What you doing over there? What are you doing? What mouse is it? I need to get me another mouse because I get confused with these mouse. But yeah, you know, and a lot of times musicians get fancy with it. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba da. You know, ba 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 da ba ba da. You know, they're just doing it fast. Ba ba da ba ba da. You hit the chord again. Hit the chord. You know what I'm saying? It depends on where they want to start at. You know, it depends on where they want to start. It's all the same stuff. And remember, it's the tritone that can go for pretty much any chord. Major, minor, augmented, diminished, all this stuff. Major, minor, augmented, as I was demonstrating. As I was demonstrating. as I was demonstrating, so that's 4. As I was demonstrating, remember that augmented sharp 5 at the 7. I'm having a change bait. There it is. First I was here. You know, then I could go to major. Now that is the minor 11 flat 5 move, because you're going major move. Minor move, major 7, sharp 11, and I could do inverted. And I could do the transpose. You see what I'm saying? And that gives me this crazy idea. It gives you the crazy idea. Yeah. It makes me go. Makes you go crazy, right? Because now I can go power move. I can go to the major 7 move. F minor 9 11. It's actually sort of what I already just did. Using the minor move. Change the tri. What? Try to. You see what I'm saying? And I'm messing with the tritone, messing with the minor move, messing with the major move, major, minor, augmented, changing the key, borrowing another chord from another key to see how that's gonna happen. If I was in G, maybe not so much in G. Let's just say I took a chord out of E flat, or I took a chord out of, let's just say I'll take the 3 out of E flat. Just say that. So E flat is the 1, right? The 2 is F minor, and G minor is the 3 chord. If it was B flat, it will be the 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. I told y'all, pay attention to this stuff, because you're gonna play chords you already played. E flat is the 1. F minor 2. G minor 3, right? So I said, let me try this tritone on that 3 chord in E flat. What? And you know, you never know what you come up with, you know. So moving on. Now you already know what I'm thinking of. Now I find my 6 in that key. Now I'm thinking of. Now, what if that tritone ain't fitting for me, right? So I'll go up and try it. What if that tritone may not fit for me, right? For what I'm trying to do, I'll go up to the next one. Okay. Ba-da. Giving me another idea. What if that tritone, and I go up to the next one? Wow! me to a whole nother kind of chord. So, beginner musicians, can you go advanced? Yes, you can. It depends on what you practice, little bit by little bit. And I'm literally sitting here practicing, messing with this, you know. I'm messing with it just a little bit by little. What happened if I would play this minor move, and I took it from either the E flat from the 3, I took it from B flat, whether it was the 6. And then I'm taking the tritone. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the other one was, and I'm using the C tritone down to B. And then y'all saw what my fingers was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that means I'm gonna take the D tritone. Ah! Now I could have worked my way up to it. Okay, how about C sharp or D flat to C? It's alright. It was alright. Okay, now I already know for sure that D tritone reverse. Ah, that makes sense. And it sounds clean. You know, it sounds clean. Ba 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 da. Ba ba ba. Ba da. I just gotta make sure my fingers fall to it, right? You know. Ba da. Transposing. Ba 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 da. Minor move. This is the E. This is the 7/3/6. The 7 chord. 7 movement in the key of E. So I'm just taking the movement as if I'm going to E with it. Okay. And then taking the movement as if I'm going to F. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong note. As if I'm going to the key of E, but I'm going to the 7 in E. 7 in E. I'm going to the 7 in F. What? So yes, so I'm going to the 7 in E. I'm going to the 7 in F. Now, how did I discover that, right? Because remember, if you practice, you're going to recognize chords. So when I practice chord progressions, whether it's 6 chords, 3 chords, 2 chords, or whatever. You know? And if you listen to what I'm doing from beginner level to intermediate level, or maybe advanced level musicians are doing these ideas. What? Yeah. And you may hear the move going and walk up to it. Walk up to it. To wherever your target move. Oops. Oops. Yeah, that's a mistake. No, that's not a mistake, right? I just discovered it, or I recognized the fact that, I wasn't for sure how I was going to get out of this one. And I just remembered to go to the sus chord, secret sauce chord. That got me out on the 1. They got me out, you know. Minor 9. You hear it. You might heard it. You just go. It's like you even though you hope. E flat 9 13. Right? A flat 13 sus. Remember I played the sus. You're gonna hear these. So now that we're on this, so this guy went and also was explaining how to play the 13th sus chord. And he went around this long mountain to tell people how to get there. And I'm like, okay, that was a long way to get there. Listen, y'all, all you playing is the major 7. Now, in this case, because I'm coming at this angle here, you're playing the power chord. And the other chord, you end up playing the major 7 chord. The major 7. All he had to say was, listen, hey, check this out, check this out. Now, maybe not. Maybe he didn't know this other formula that I'm talking about. So that's probably why he took everybody ring right about. I'm just showing you the formula that I use. Major, minor, augmented add 7, C major 7 sharp 5, C major 7 flat 5 if I wanted to flat the 5. Right. C major flat 5, C major sharp 5. What? Yeah. All right, D flat, I'm sorry. So that's why I use this formula: major, minor, augmented, add 7, diminished, dominant chord, if you will. I keep saying dominant chord, C7 chord, and the major 7. And do my inversions, of course, y'all. And the sus2. I repeated this over again. So this guy went this long way around. I mean, that's cool. It was cool. Yeah. So you went. All you had to tell the people is, man, all you had to do is use your major 7 chord. Right? To get to play the whatever it is going to be. It's going to be, let's just say we go aiming for the G or the A, just depending on what bass line we're going. He could have just easily just said, hey, listen, but I guess, like I said, he didn't know about the secret sauce move, I guess. So, or maybe the power chord, who knows. But, so he went this long route, and I'm like, man, bro. All you had to do was tell the people to play the power chord, and then play a major 7 of any type. So if I would have went to a power chord, and all I need to do is play the major 7 appropriate to the situation, I would say that if I didn't have to know this, it's a no-brainer. It would just be me playing probably. Let's try this one. Nope, not that one, right? So I will just transpose the major 7 down. Maybe not that one. There it is. I would have found it, all right, because I knew it was going to be a major 7 of some sort. So this is the F13 sus chord, and then we have the A flat sus chord. And if you notice, I'm just transposing up the power chord and playing a major 7 chord. Now I might add the A flat there, and it's not going to change anything because it's already there. So that's not going to change anything. However, you could also use this as an idea of, remember the power chord, and even if I did that, that just makes me play the sus chord. But he went this long way around to tell people how to get to play the 13 sus chord, and just, you name whichever one it is. He went this long way around. I'm like, dude, why'd you have to go all the way around the mulberry bush? You just could have just said, hey, just play the power chord and play the major 7 of, and it's kind of like, you will find it. So this A flat 13 sus move. And I know y'all heard this move. I know y'all heard this move. And it can be done in the minor move way. It can be done in the minor move way. It can be done with a two different major chords mixed together. It can be done as you just heard me doing the this particular voicing. Yeah. And you can use the sus2, but so he went into this whole deal, play that sus2, actually sus4, A flat sus4, and then play that major 7 chord. And it doesn't matter if I add the A flat thing, because remember I told you it's right here. And you know, you remember the transposing. You know. Now, for my beginner musicians, like I said, yes, you can go from a beginner level, and probably immediately, when I use the word probably, depending on your drive, how much time you want to put into figuring some ideas out. And next you know, you'll be able to see here to play just like the pros. You will definitely not be, where did it go? You would not be Susan, Sarah. Is there a Susan in here? I'm prophesying now. Susan, nobody's going to put you in the box and tell you you got to play simple. Because everything I'm doing is simple. All right? Everything is theory. Everything is theory. Everything's the basic moves or basic stuff. Basic theory behind the madness. John, is there a John out there? I'm prophesying. The John out there. There is nothing that you can't do that everybody else is doing. That's what I was told, right? It's just informational only, right? And once you have the information, you know that you know. And I told y'all already about the sus2 and the sus4 and how they connect. So, you know, it's like, let me do this like this, y'all. sus4. Take my 5th and drop it back. You know what I'm saying? You know, back to the sus4 and back to the sus2. And now I can play the sus4 and the sus2 together. There's no separation. That is what it is. At the end of the day, what's the dominant note that's creating the actual name of this chord? That's right, A flat. A flat. So don't let nobody put you in a box and tell you, man, you need to play simple. Because everything we do is simple. This stuff, these other guys playing all this complex stuff we say. Now I may have would have said that is definitely complex, right? But not necessarily, because it's the cluster move that the musician has come up with, right? And depending on what the bass line might be, A flat maybe, or it could be maybe D. Right? So it could be a D7, right? Sharp 9, alt 5. This could also be a minor move. All right, this could be a minor move. A D7, sharp 9, flat 5, or A flat. Let's take the D off right quick. What? Look at what's happening here. An A flat 7, 13. And I just look at this as like as if I'm playing, which is true, an A flat, but I'm using the minor chord underneath. A minor chord I'm using. But the chord ends up to be an A flat 7 with the 13. What? Alright? And if we were practicing, you come up with some idea. I'm gonna throw the D there and see what happens. Woo. Now, because of the D there, it makes it call A flat 13 sharp 11. A flat 13. A flat 13 sharp 11. So my beginner musician, don't think that this is hard to do. It's really not. It's actually, y'all probably can tell I'm enjoying myself doing this. This is fun to me. This is really fun to me, y'all. Not only that it's fun to me, but listen, it's the kind of stuff that I will put in my book. I'll put the stuff in my book. Because it's accidental. Oops, I didn't know I was going to do that. One thing led to another. Woo! Woo-hoo! Yes, you can go from beginner level to advanced. And that's only because I'm spending a little time messing with stuff that I ain't got no business messing with. All right? And so, I'm not going to do it right now, but because this is going to be time consuming. But this is the kind of stuff I'll just drop in my book. All right? And, we drop that chord again without the D. Drop it without the D. All right, drop it without the D. And then before I photocopy it, this is before I photocopy it, because then I'm gonna want to put this in all 12 keys. And then zap! And then I'll have it in my black book. Now, before I do all that too, I'm gonna add it to my list. Listen, I'm running out of page here. That's what a musician would. Somebody might say, that's what a real musician would do. A real musician would sit there and take the time out. And address some things. And we call this practice. What number is this? Number 28, number 29. Okay. And address it. All right. So this is an A flat 7 with a 13. All right. And let's see here. How did I do it on this other sheet? Okay, so I actually spelled it out. So I spell out the chords for you pros out there or intermediate level. Y'all probably like, what is that? A flat in the left hand. I think I would do that in the left hand. And I think I did in the left hand F sharp, F and F sharp. That was in the left hand, I think. So I think that's how I play that. All right, and then I believe in the right hand I played the A flat. A flat. A flat F, I think. No, hold on. Oh, A flat C, and then F, and A flat at the top, and that's kind of how I play that. So, and then later on, I came back and said, let me add the D there. Right, so then I add the D there because it's the bass line I'm thinking in my mindset. If I was on the organ, I'll be smashing this chord out. Then I'll go to number 30. And as I keep doing, I just keep gaining chords. And this one is called A flat 13. Because remember the other one was A flat 7. A flat 7, 13. This time, because I dropped the D, that makes me play the 13. And then we're sharp, tic-tac-toe. Then we're sharp to 11. Same chord, all we did was add the D. All right, so here, I'm just gonna do a little arrow up here. And all I did was drop the D in there in the left hand. How did I do that? Yeah, A flat, and then I just dropped that D. Everything else remained the same. Didn't do anything else differently in the right hand. So that will, yeah. So can you, a beginner musician, go from beginner to advanced? And my answer, I said, was absolutely yes. Now, only because of what you practice. All right. And now nobody can see you and say, hey, Andre, you picking up some ideas from other musicians. You're bringing the heat yourself. Yes, I can bring my own heat. And accident. What am I doing? Oh my goodness, what did I? What? Oh, that is sick. Accident. See, this is an accident. I didn't mean to do that, y'all. That was. That's a, there was. I went from. Hold on. Stay there, Doc. Stay there, Doc. Stay there, Doc. See, you never know. It's y'all fault. Y'all got me going over here. So I'm gonna go to now number 31. Yeah, I can bring my own heat. It's not that I can't. Or so this is the F sharp. F sharp major. Let me see. I do this shit short. F sharp major 9. F sharp major 9, sharp 5. Sharp the 5, tic tac toe. And so I'll sit here and fool around with this. Now I don't forgot how I did that. A flat. Okay, so I remained with the same thing in the left hand, and then I came something differently in the right hand. All right, so that was a piece of cake right here. So let's see, F sharp, and then I came with another chord in the right, and that will be B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat. So yes, B flat. That was an accident. Oops. All right. So y'all, that's the type of stuff I'm gonna drop in the book for my beginner musicians, intermediate level musicians, because you don't want to remain in the box. All right. Claudia, is there a Claudia out there who's trying to learn how to play? All right, Claudia, you don't have to be. Don't let nobody drop you in the box and keep you there. All right. Eugene, is there Eugene out there? I'm prophesying to Eugene. Is there Eugene out there? Don't let nobody, strap you to a box. Yeah. Yes. So yes, you can go from beginner level to intermediate. I'm just sitting here messing around on the keyboard, and I can bring my own heat. It's not that I have to go listen to somebody else to get some heat. I can sit here and generate my own heat. I was gonna say with that thing chord that I played about that A flat sus 13 chord, or the flat 13 chord. Now how you generate that, like I said, the power chord, and you go to a major 7 move. And now you have a A flat 13 sus 4. And if I go here to a perfect 5th in C, then I'll have to say, what chord is that? It's a major 7 of some sort, whether it's a root position, first or because when I was here, I thought, okay, I have the root. I can play the first inversion of that. Okay. I can play the second inversion of that. I can play it underneath. Let's put it at the top. And then I can put the third inversion underneath or at the top. So you see how I'm doing inversions? So learn to do your inversion. Anyway, so let's go to a C perfect 5th move, right? That was the A flat perfect 5th. Let's go to a C. And I already know it's a major 7 of some sort. So I just got to figure out which one. And it's not that hard to find because all you got to do is transpose. It's this one. D flat major 7. All right, hold on. My bad. It's not that one. Not that one. There it is. B flat. I would have told y'all that a shortcut. There's a little shortcut, but yeah, me transposing down to get to it, right? Oh, I could have went up, right? And go up to it. That's all because I'm voicing the sound up high. I can also tell you that it's a okay, watch this. In B flat scale, we have B flat, the 1. What's the 2? C minor. And 1 3 chord, D minor. 4 chord E flat. 5 chord is F. 6 chord is G minor. 7th chord is C diminished 7 group or family. A diminished 7. Oh, and you back to your 1st chord. So when I went to the perfect 5th move, that gave me the secret to this. Okay, I'll play this chord, y'all gonna trip. It just made me think that I'll have the C scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 and 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, right? 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5. Okay, now that just made me think the C major chord per se, right? But yeah, so when I thought about that B flat move, if I put the B flat in my left hand and I put the C major chord in my right hand, now that's 2 different keys. And both of these keys is on the 1. Both of these keys are technically on the 1. B flat's on the 1. It's just in my left hand, and I said borrow another chord from another key, and I want to put the 1 chord C major at the top. I'm going home. I'm out. I'll see y'all later. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm done. B flat 6/9 chord with the sharp 11. Now you have to remember the B flat is the dominant move on the bottom, so you have to do the B flat scale. All right, in B flat there are some notes that shares the same note as the C scale. That's why it is what it is. Which would have been the C on the 2, and the 3, and B flat would have been the 1, the 2, and then we have B flat, which is the 1, 3, 5, the 5, and B flat, F, and in C we had the what? The 1, 2, and 4. What? Now, this is not to be slick, but let's say I add the 7 to the B flat. Now we have a B flat major 7. Now that makes me have to play what? In the C scale, because they share some of the same notes. In B flat to C, this is not all of them, but just a few, literally a few. The 1, the 2, and the 4, and the 6. We might call this the 1, the 9, depending on how you voicing your chords, and the 11, and the 13. Depends on how you look at it. Depends on how I have it played. Now this turns into a B flat major 9 until I hit you with that E. Okay. Now you should notice I took the notes from out of the scale and went a whole nother direction. This is just another way of playing the B flat major 9 chord. Right. And now it makes you play the sharp 11. B flat major 9 sharp 11. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to C major. Now we have a B flat 6/9 sharp 11. Because of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp the 4. That's sharp 4. And the 6, I told y'all what the 6 will be, and I think I told you what the 9 will be. Is the 2, right? And we know this is 1, 2. We call it the 9. And y'all know what the 6 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the G. That's why it's. Now I added that note there. It makes me go to the 13. Now that changed my chord for a minute because I added this note here. B flat major 13 sharp 11. Let me take it off, and now it's a 6. So now you know B flat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's right here in the right hand. B flat and C major, 2 different chords. What? And now I've told you if you want to add the 13, it doesn't matter if I put it in that right. Remember I had it here earlier. Oh, actually, no, I had this one. And I had that one there. Giving me the major 9. B flat major 9, 13. And the other one was 13 sharp 11. Right. Now this is a B flat add 2, B flat major 9, because the 2, the 9. So you see I went through all of them chord movements just like that. Okay, that killed it. Now I'm dropping it down here. Yeah, so 2 different chords create some nice stuff. 6, 9, sharp 11. And if I took that idea, which also is already did I already do that? Yeah. I've already placed that in my book. Yep. So, beginner musicians. Oh, it's up here. Beginner musicians. Yeah, it's already. Yep, it's already there. It's gonna be in my book, and what I'm doing is I'm transposing a lot of the chords that you hear our favorite musicians playing, and yes, I can bring heat too as well, right? So I was gonna go back to that sus 13 sus move. It doesn't matter if I add the A flat in there. It doesn't matter if I add it up here at top either, because it's still the same thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I add in extra notes. The chord is still going to be. We use the word color. It's still going to be an A flat 13 sus chord, no matter how you cut the mustard, because of the major 7 move. And then I went to the perfect 5th, C perfect 5th there, and all I have to do, like I said, is transpose down until I come down to the major 7 chord. So and I knew it was gonna be B flat. B flat. Yes. Alright, so we have the C of 13 sus 4, and if I wanted to brighten it up, let me see. So it's such a transpose. Like I said, I could have went up or down, it didn't matter. So you see it's dark. So I'll bring the voicing up to the right hand. Doesn't matter. I'm adding extra notes, it's still gonna be the same thing. There's more than one way to approach this too, as well. I'll just take the 5th out. There it is. There it is. So there's more than one way to approach that, right? Okay. So I was gonna say, if you heard this groove, and you want to practice it in 12 keys, I know y'all heard this. Let me see my brain. I hate when to do that. I played this earlier when I did the minor move. Let's see, now here's another thing too. I can use the minor 9 move. Minor 9 there. Now I can use the 13 sus 4 move and do the same thing. Coming from this angle. Now we can do the minor move. Hit the minor move. Here we go. Doesn't matter where, if I can start it anywhere. My bad. Doesn't matter what I do with it. Now, what what are the 3 ideas I use? The power chord. This thing killing me. The power chord, the sus4 chord. All right, either one, it doesn't matter. That was just, you know, to make it sound with the power chord, and then also with the sus. The finger started trying to figure out how I'm gonna voice it. Yeah, so there it is. So yeah, that's why I use the power chord, just so I know I'm not gonna mess that up, you know. All right, so that was one route, right? And then the other route, I used the minor move. Okay, watch this. The other one, I used the major, 2 different major chord moves. What? What? Yeah, so I used 2 different major chords. All right. So just to kind of play around with that groove or whatever, you know, 2 major chords together. Killing me. Major 9. So these are the major 9 chord, 2 mixed major chord. And now can you fancy? Get fancy. Now I can switch that up and go to the minor move and do it. Let's do the minor move. Let's go. Ba ba ba. Where my girl at? Where my girl at? Now I can switch up and back to the major move. Now let's go to that sus move. Let's do this one. Da ba 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 ba. Oh! Now come from another angle. All I'm playing is the minor move, y'all. The minor 9 straight up. Okay, y'all see what I'm saying. So yeah, so I can switch that up from the minor 9/11. I can switch that up to the minor 9 period. I can switch that up to basically the major 9. I won't add. I can throw the 13 in there. Yeah, the 13 major 9. Yep, major 9, 13. 13. And also I can hit you with the 6/9 chord. A flat minor 9, I can hit you from a different angle. Ooh, F sharp minor 9. Y'all notice the difference. So I can play around with this and hit you with the major 9. Two different chords, major 9, 13. And then I can hit you with this 6/9 moves. 6/9, 6/9, 6/9, 6/9, 6/9. And that changes the voicing of the mood that I'm messing with to a minor 9/11. It almost sound the same, but slightly different. A flat minor 9/11. F sharp minor 9 is like I'm G minor 9/11. G F sharp minor 9. So you know I can mess with that. F major 9, no 13 yet. Okay, that's my 13. Transpose the 13, and I'm gonna hit you with the E6/9. And I want to transpose that same idea up. I have to know my sus chord. Sus 2. It's sus 4 and sus 2. I told y'all. And I'm just using two hands to pull this off. I'm just using the two hands to pull off the move. All right, to pull off the move. Yes, you can go from pro, beginner level, once you get an understanding. Now, you probably didn't realize I did this on purpose so I don't do no twangy twang, and I went ahead and gave it to you in this way so I don't have to, well, actually I still could have did it. All right, still did it, but I'm trying to, on purpose, keep that finger, other finger from doing the twang thing or whatever. I kind of, yeah. I'm trying to change up the voicing, so you know what I'm saying. So sus 2, sus 4, I told y'all. Oh, but sorry, but my bad. Now I hit it with the D major, but on purpose with the D. Yeah. 6/9. So I'm doing the 6/9 move. And then I'm messing around with the major 7 flat 5 move. All right, in between it. I told you you can create your own chords and chord progressions. It's just basically all you need to know is tritone. This is getting my nerves. I gotta figure out how to get this to stop doing that. Right, so I gotta figure how to figure that out. But anyway, but yeah, so I can go for the 6/9. I can go from the major 9. I'm sorry, the major 9, then the 13. Either one of those. Right? I can go for the minor 9, minor 9/11. The other one was the minor 9 in general. That's another approach, right? Let me see. Actually, that's still there. It is. Without me. Let me see. Tapping into this note here. Keeping it clean, right? Yeah. You see how I switched? I went from here. And then I went back up for a second. Oh, partial. And then, as if I had started it from here, but I started it from here. I started it from here. And I came back for a split moment right here. And then came here. And you know, you switch that over, right? You know. And this voice, I can switch this voice to this voice. It's the same chord. Well, minor 9 without the 11, and then when I switch the voicing, let me see what I'll do here. So in between there, you playing the major 7, E major 7, and now the minor 9, C sharp or D flat minor 9, right? So that's what's happening there. Is the minor 9 chord and the major 7. Y'all heard this guy doing that song that David Jackson was doing, and he played it. Anybody remember that move? And that's what he played. And then he came back. He was trying to do that little David Jackson. How did that end go? No, it went. And then I think he went. What was the other chord? A. Yeah, I think he. And then he did. Something like that. I think that's what he was doing. Anyway. And then he was trying to do the little move that David Jackson did. That was toward the end of the song that David Jackson did in the key of E. You know, so you see, I can go in between these little groove, and knowing that I can play the major 7, the minor move, and knowing that I can play the major 7 because the minor move and the major 7 are just right there, you know. But yeah. This is annoying. Yeah. Minor 9, then the major 7 flat 5 move, I could go there, or the E flat minor 6/9 as well, and I can play around. Baba, Baba. I'm just repeating it, and it's the major 7. Repeating. Now this be too dark because now it's muddy, so I'll have to bring up the voices up high. I'm trying to get this beat in my head. that little move that David Jackson did. All right, and then okay, so this is the move David Jackson was doing. And then here. And the other musician did this. He almost was on the move, but he went here. It's still the same. He just kind of came from this angle. He would have played the voicing, but he went up high on the keyboard. And then he would have landed here, but he landed here. Let me see. This voicing here. Yeah, That's what he played. So you know, sometimes you hear people play something different. And then I forgot what I said the chord he did. Da, 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 da. Let me see. David Jackson. Oh, that's the voicing. That was what he was supposed to go to. And the other guy went somewhere. I think he went here. And then he went here. Technically, he was correct. However, it was this. It was this one. Okay, y'all. I'll catch y'all in a minute. My honey just rolled up. I'm hungry. But yes, you can go from beginner's level to advanced level, depending on what you practice, depending on what material you practice. I'm trying to see what she's doing. Depends on what material you're using. I just kind of sat here and just kind of came up with some ideas along this video to show you that you can. She done good. That you actually can develop your own chords based upon the information I just shared with you. It's gonna be in my book. I'm sharing it again for sure. Once my book comes out, I'll let you guys know. I'll publish it, and 100% published. It's not 100% yet, but partial. So these I'm gonna be dropping these chords in there. You know, some of the stuff that you hear other people doing, so you can be able to apply it to your plan and have fun doing it. From a beginner musician, and intermediate level musician, and advanced. I feel like advanced musician has already arrived. I haven't arrived yet, but I'm on my way, and it won't be long. It won't be long. All right, let me go see what my honey's doing, and I'll catch y'all in a minute. Peace and love and cornbread. Y'all have a good day. I'll be right back, actually.